On episode 413 of Nintendo Switchcraft, way to go, Reggie. Breath of the Wild 2, 64. Stardew Valley's Ditches Chucklefish. Those stories and more on this episode of Nintendo Switchcraft.
Hello, look! Hey, listen!
Hello, this is Crazy Legs from Billings, Montana, and you are listening to Nintendo Switchcraft.
Welcome, everyone, back to Switchcraft. It is brought to you live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. You can tune in live at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. This episode of Switchcraft is made possible by patrons like you. I forgot to update, so I don't know which patron it is today. I'm sorry. Get Switchcraft and my other content ad-free by joining the Patreon over at patreon.com/runjumpstomp and leave a voicemail like you heard at the beginning of the show by going to runjumpstomp.com/voicemail from any device, and I may even play it on the show. We had a giveaway on Saturday, and the winner of that giveaway for the $10 eShop gift card was TF Wagner. He's been supporting for a very long time, so that's awesome. And we're going to do another giveaway soon, but it's not going to be this weekend. So I will let you know when. If you want to know how to join to get access to those giveaways, go to runjumpstomp.com/giveaway, and you'll get all the information that you require right over there. With all that being said, let's jump right into the news.
Super Mario 1, 2, and 3. There's power in numbers. Nintendo, now you're playing with power. Each game sold separately.
All right, well, Mr. Fils-Aimé, he was the president of Nintendo of America for a very long time, or CEO. Was it CEO or I'm pretty sure he was president of Nintendo of America for a very long time. And he is, I mean, this guy was a walking meme machine. Everything that he did was charming and funny and awesome. And I just love that he was the face of Nintendo for a long time. He had a really great sense of humor, and he never took himself too seriously. And you could tell by the little videos that they made for Mr. Fils-Aimé. For instance, the time they turned him into a claymation robot that could zap people from the audience for hassling him with his eyeballs, or when he got turned into, like a fuzzy Star Fox character with Mr. Miyamoto and Mr. Iwata. Mr. Fils-Aimé is just awesome, and of course, he is now being inducted. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. He's being inducted into the International Video Game Hall of Fame, and he was also awarded the Walter Day Lifetime Achievement Award, which is just really awesome. He made an acceptance video for his induction. I'm not going to play that right now. If you want to check that out, go to runjumpstomp.com. This is episode 413, and I have a link to the appropriate places there. But congratulations to Reggie for that. He's just an awesome guy. And I did tweet at him once on Twitter. Well, I don't know how else I would have tweeted at him, but I tweeted at him once on Twitter, and I said, hey, it would be amazing now that you're retired if I could interview you. And I never heard back, of course, because he's a very important dude. And very busy in teaching at Cornell, I think. It's his alma mater, if I remember correctly. And he's teaching there now business stuff. But he's just an awesome guy. And, as far as it just couldn't, this kind of thing couldn't have happened to a better guy. And I'm looking at the picture right now of his acceptance, and you can see the amiibo of both him. Well, actually, it looks like Mr. Miyamoto and Mr. Iwata on the shelf behind him, which is awesome. And, oh my gosh, he even has the claymation style Reggie Fils-Aimé thing that attacked the guy that I just talked about with the laser eyes. He's got that on the shelf behind him as well. Uh, he's got a bunch of memes of himself behind him. What an awesome dude. I'm just very happy for Reggie, and it definitely is deserved for him to get that. Let's talk about something that is not official or anything like that, but somebody is brilliant, and they did something amazing. And Jay on Twitter sent me this message. They said, "Hey Bill, check out this amazing fan trailer." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know what to expect." So I clicked on it, and oh my god, this thing is amazing. Somebody went through and they recreated Breath of the Wild 2's little what's the word I'm looking for? The trailer that we saw at the end of that Nintendo Direct. Was it last year? It wasn't. It wasn't last year. It wasn't last year, was it really? It was a while ago anyway. And they recreated it using the Ocarina of Time engine on the N64. And it just looks awesome. J Harley 17 says maybe it was E3. I think you're right about that, J Harley. My brain is having trouble remembering when things are, but they went through and recreated the whole damn trailer using this. I mean, I can't imagine the amount of work that it took to create this thing, but it is so cool, and it kind of makes me want to play Ocarina of Time again. And that's a game I've played many, many times. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I still have very fond memories of finishing that game for the first time. When it came out, I was stationed in Hawaii, and I bought an N64 and Mario 64. And for my birthday or for Christmas, I can't remember which, my mother had picked up the gold cartridge of Ocarina of Time and mailed it to me for either my birthday or Christmas. I can't remember. And I remember I was gonna be out of the army soon, so it was probably Christmas when it was sent to me, because I got out of the army in May. And so I was playing that game, and I was, of course, super busy being a soldier and having tons of extra money because I had no financial responsibilities at all. And I was making a lot of money. So we were partying like a lot. So I didn't spend a lot of time playing video games at that point, but I still did really enjoy playing Zelda. And it wasn't until I had gotten home and I was over at my brother's house, and my brother was married, and his wife and one of her friends had gone to go see Phantom of the Opera in Toronto, and he and I were hanging out at the house, consuming some adult beverages back in the days when I used to consume lots of adult beverages. And we were playing Zelda, and we were basically passing that controller back and forth, trying to make our way down the tower at the end. Excuse me, at the end of the game. And I remember when we finally finished the game, we were like jumping up and down and cheering. We were so happy, and his wife and her friend walk in, and we're like blathering at them about how excited we are that we had finished this game. And it was just a really wonderful memory. And it like just seeing the art of this Breath of the Wild 264. I love how at the end of this it says a sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 64 is not in development. That's hilarious. But just seeing this art style makes me want to play that game again. And I have to say, the 3DS is an amazing system. Not a lot of people, well, okay, I almost said not a lot of people have it. But what I was meaning to say is not a lot of people still use it, myself included. I've got a 3DS sitting on the shelf behind me someplace. I think it's right there. All right. But it's sitting on the shelf behind me. And it's a really good system, and it has some really good games on it. And one of the best games that is on that system is Ocarina of Time. It is an amazing port. I think it was Grezzo. I could be remembering the name wrong, but Grezzo, I think, is the company that did that port, and they did such a phenomenal job, and the game looks fantastic in 3D. I may throw that system in my backpack and load it up again and play it when I'm out and about. I know the Switch is portable. I really don't take it with me when I go places. I use it in the house a lot. Like in different rooms, I use it, if I'm downstairs and my son's watching TV and I'm sitting with him and I'll play a game. Or when I'm sitting in bed and my wife is reading or she's watching a show that she likes, I might play on the Switch. But whenever I go places, I really don't bring the Switch with me because it's a little too big. Of course, there's the Switch Lite, but then I can't capture footage from my wife's Switch Lite, so that's not really something that I'm interested in using. So I think that I might actually throw that in my bag and start taking it with me. And maybe I'll take another crack at Ocarina of Time. I've already beat that game like 3 times. And if you've listened to the show for any length of time, you know that that is pretty amazing for me because I never even beat games once. Most of the time, I play a game and then I get distracted by something shiny and I never go back to that game. Or when I do go back to that game, my memory is kind of rough and I can't remember what I was doing or how to play the right way. So I feel like I need to start over. So I'll start over and I'll get to about the same place and something else just will distract me and I won't ever make any progress. So that's a game that I've beat multiple times, and that's a testament to how fantastic it is. Kind of the same with Breath of the Wild. That's an amazing game that I've finished multiple times, and it's just so damn good. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's Zelda. Zelda is amazing, and I'm kind of meandering around here because I don't have a lot to talk about on the show today. I did see somebody post the other day on Twitter, and I should have saved it, although it wasn't really Nintendo related. But what they posted was that, they said, when I'm president of video games, I love the tweet. It was very funny. But they said, when I'm president of video games, all games will have I'm an adult mode. And in that mode, every time you boot up the game, it will say, hey, do you want a recap of the story and to play the tutorial again before you get into the game so that you can understand what you got to do and where you were going and what you were doing since last time? And I was like, yeah, you got my vote, dude, because that sounds fantastic. Because every time I play a game, it's like I don't remember what I was doing. You guys know me. I've got goldfish memory. I don't remember anything from one day to the next. A friend of mine was asking me today where I was in Zelda Link's Awakening. And I said, well, I did 2 dungeons the other day, but I don't remember which dungeons they were. So I'm either on 6 or 7 or maybe 8. I can't remember. And I did those dungeons 2 days ago. It might actually be yesterday. I can't remember now. It was recently. I don't retain information like that. Anyway, that being said, let's move on. We're going to take a quick break. We'll hear from a sponsor. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Stardew Valley. There's a little tiny story there and a reason for you to hide your wallets. Stick around. Stardew Valley is no longer published by Chucklefish. Eric Barone, who is the creator of Stardew Valley, he spent 5 years working on that game. And then when they brought it to Nintendo Switch, he spent 5 years working on that game alone, mind you. Stardew Valley was made by one dude on his own, which is a very, very impressive feat to accomplish. So well done to him, especially as well received as this game was. Eric Barone made a post recently basically telling everybody what role did Chucklefish have in making Stardew Valley. And basically he said the only thing that they really did was they hired out one programmer to help Eric with the multiplayer patch, and everything else has been just him. And I'm not sure if the reason that this is happening is because of the allegations that are coming at Chucklefish or not. But they decided to part ways. I don't know, sometime last month. So this was posted on the Stardew Valley website. They said, just a heads up, everyone. Starting today, I will begin self-publishing Stardew Valley on Nintendo Switch. That means that I will now have full responsibility for any and all matters concerning Stardew Valley on the Switch. So if you have any comments or inquiries about the Switch version, please send them directly to me. And so I loaded up Stardew Valley. Well, it was already installed on my Switch, but I grabbed my Switch and started up Stardew Valley, and I was curious, is the Chucklefish thing still going to be there? And it is, or at least it was this morning. And I went into the eShop to see if it is still says published by Chucklefish. And as of this morning, it was as well. And right now I'm going to Nintendo's website to look at the eShop there to see if it says who the publisher is. And no, it no longer says that. So if you go to Nintendo's website, Stardew Valley, you scroll down, $15, guys. By the way, $15. It's a wonderful price for that game. It's so good. But you keep scrolling down, and it says publisher Concerned Ape, developer Concerned Ape. And up until today, it did not say that this morning when I checked. So I'll bet you that there's probably a little tiny update to Stardew Valley, which removes that little splash screen at the beginning of the game. So somebody might ask, Bill, what is the what's the word that I'm looking for? What is the allegations that have been levied at Chucklefish? Apparently, there is something about them engaging in abusive labor practices. I read about it and I was like, well, okay. It has something to do with, like, people in the community were hired to do a job and then they went above and beyond on that job, and then they were upset that they didn't get paid for going above and beyond. And I guess I don't know how I feel about that. And I again, this was a cursory like glance this morning. Joel Mead 24 in chat says, confirmed, Chucklefish no longer in charge of distributing cocaine. Yeah, because this is a very addictive game. Oh gosh, I got distracted by Joel Mead. I don't remember what the heck I was talking about. It doesn't matter. There are allegations against Chucklefish, and it seems like what I read today, again, cursory glance this morning before I went to work, I could see it from both sides. How both sides could feel about this. So it's not as bad as it sounds when somebody says allegations of abusive labor practices. Or maybe it is. Maybe I don't have all of the information, but that's not really what you came here for. I just thought it was interesting that this guy is taking over his game again and self-publishing it. In fact, the only platform where he's not self-publishing is on mobile platforms. So there you go. You're going to have to hide your wallets, people. Are you ready? You ready to hide your wallets? I know I said $15 for Stardew Valley is a really good deal, but Nintendo Life posted, oh man, it's a good thing I already own all of these games, because otherwise I'd be spending some money right now. I wouldn't be spending very much because this is a really good deal. Steam World games are now on sale on the Nintendo Switch, up to 70% off in North America. If you're not in North America, I'm sorry. But Steam World Dig, you can get for $3. Steam World Dig 2, you can get 50% off for $10. That game is a must-buy. Steam World Dig 2 is a must-buy. Wonderful game. By the way, one of the few games that I beat. I beat that game because it is so damn good. SteamWorld Heist Ultimate Edition. Well, actually, let's go back. SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Dig 2, those games are Metroidvania-style games. And then SteamWorld Heist, that is I'm trying to remember. SteamWorld Heist is a turn-based strategy game, kind of like Mario plus Rabbids, like the way that you take your turns, but from a two-dimensional perspective, if that makes sense. And that's a really good game. That is 70% off for $6. And then SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamesh is $18.74. It is 25% off. That game is a traditional JRPG mixed with a card battling system. It's really, really good. If you want to buy every SteamWorld game, and I think you probably should, you can get the whole thing for, let's see, we got 18, 28, 20, 30, $32. For $32, you get 4 games if you want to buy all of them. These are on sale until 10 October when the prices will go back up. So you only have 3 days to get in on this. These are really, really good deals. And Joel Me 24 says SteamWorld Dig 2 at the $10 is for sure a no-brainer. Absolutely. The humor in these games is great. The art style is fantastic. And overall, they're just so damn fun. And every single one, well, SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Dig 2 are like a continuation without a doubt. But Heist and Quest and the Dig series, those 3 games, because I'm counting Dig and Dig 2 as one game, those 3 games are all different game styles, but they all take place in the same universe. They all have the same ridiculously good art style, and they all are really, really well made with lots of polish. So I definitely recommend that you check those out. One last story before we wrap up. Hey, look at this, a short episode today. Nintendo Live is this I kind of like a conference that Nintendo was holding at the Kyoto International Conference Center from October 13th to 14th. It may be canceled due to just to ensure consumer safety. This has a lot to do with whether or not Super Typhoon Hagibis changes the course and heads towards Kyoto. If you don't know, a typhoon is a hurricane. So that's what they call hurricanes over there. Yeah, that's what they call hurricanes over there. So it's the same thing as a hurricane, basically. If you want to be kept up to date on this, whether or not it's going to be shut down, I got this story from JapaneseNintendo.com, and they have a tag for Nintendo Live, which basically it says every single thing that's going to be if they post anything on there, it's going to list or be listed there. So if you go to JapaneseNintendo.com/tag/Nintendo-Live, you will get updated. And if you want to go easier, just go runjumpstomp.com, episode 413, and you will be able to find that information there. And that is it for today's episode of Nintendo Switchcraft. We are actually getting out of here pretty quickly. If you want to become a part of the community, join us over at Run Jump Stomp. Oh gosh, I almost forgot. I have a tentative launch date for 143 Pixels, which I haven't told anybody about yet. Like, there's still, like, I haven't really explained what it is, and I'm not going to explain yet, but I have a tentative launch date of November 5th. So I'm going to I'm going to be talking about it a lot to try and hype people up on it and make sure everybody's downloading it once it's up and ready and posted. So make sure you keep your ears peeled for that. That's November 5th, and that would be 143 Pixels. I'm very, very excited about this show, and I've been working my tail off on it. In fact, I will be recording 7 episodes of it this week because I've got so many people interested in coming to talk on the show. I'm really excited about that show. And if you want to know, if you want updates for that show, go to twitter.com/ I got to make sure 143 Pixels, I think. Let me make sure. Twitter.com/ 143 Pixels. Account suspended. That's not it. It's probably Pixels 143. Pixels 143. There we go. Yeah. Twitter.com / Pixels 143, and the logo is a picture of an 8-bit Mario dude. So make sure that you guys follow me, follow that show there. And let's wrap up the show. Become a part of the community. RunJumpStomp.com/Discord. You can watch the show live over at twitch.tv/RunJumpStomp. Get a hold of me through email at runjumpstomp@gmail.com or on Twitter at runjumpstomp. Use that hashtag Nintendo Switchcraft. This show is part of the giant-sized Team Up Network. For more information, check out gstu.net. And if you want to support the show, there's a lot of ways to support the show. Some are free, some cost money, but they're all awesome. Go to runjumpstomp.com/thank-you. And for more content like this, check out runjumpstomp.com/shows. The music that you are hearing right now is Corneria Star Fox remix by Note Block. It's awesome. And I want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with me here at the show.